Hello everybody, we are back with another KTC TV video. I know it's been a very long time. I know. Listen, what had happened was, you know when somebody be like, what happened? They about to tell you mad bullshit. But what had happened was that I left my ring light at a store near Jamie's crib because I was looking for a store with flavor and charcoal. And it wasn't cutting it around Jamie's crib. And then she was like, oh, go to the store. And I had so many things in my hand. I had my ring light. I had like my purse. I was just had so many bags in my hand that I forgot my ring light when I put it down to go pay for some burger candies. Can y'all believe that? I'm fresh out the shower right now. Don't mind my hair. It doesn't have any product in it. Nothing. Is just fresh out. Like I just washed it fresh out. This is a crazy story time. Basically, I got in a dirt bike accident over the summer. And then I got in another accident. So I got in 2 accidents back to back. Before this video starts, please give this a like. Subscribe if you want to hear, crazy stories about my life. Like, just subscribe for that. There's plenty that I have, and there's plenty more that I know will be come about. So let's get into this video. So boom, this is a summer day. Now keep in mind, in the summer I was going out a lot. Now reason why I was going out a lot is because I was not working and I was collecting unemployment. This is the first time in my life that I went out so frequently. I wasn't going out. Well, I never went out as frequent. Excuse me. Like, I never went out as frequent ever in my life. Like, I only went out for like a birthday occasion. Because I was always working and I was always going to school. So, like, if I would pop out if it was for, like, my friend's birthday. We used to go to dinner. Every so often. But I never went out as much as I did this summer. So, I remember I was going out back to back days. And I was so tired. I was going out with my friend. Let's call her Lily. I was going out with my friend Lily. And we was out very every day. Like it got to the point that when I got home, I would sleep during the day, wake up during the night, and we ready to go out again. Or sometimes I wouldn't even sleep. Like, we would just stay up all day doing something. So this day, I was like, I don't want to go outside. I woke up with that. I already knew, like, my body was so tired of partying and drinking and smoking hookah. And I was like, yo, I don't want to, in my mind, I already knew. I was like, I don't want to go outside. Like, I just want to stay home, order some pizza, chill, watch some TV. Lily called me. Lily is out and ready. She's active. She's like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, nah, bro, I want to stay home. I was like, I want some pizza. She was like, yo, come with me, get pizza. Because I used to chill with her. Yo, I'm sorry. Like, my voice is not. But yeah, I used to chill with Lily and her dad in the summer at this garage. And it was fun. We used to play dominoes and stuff. So she was like, oh, I'm gonna just go see my dad and I want to go get some pizza. So come with me to get some pizza. I was like, yeah, all right, bro. If I go with you, I'm not going to the one that's right next to your dad. I'm going to the one that's right there in Fordham in the corner. She was like, all right, bye. So I get ready. I didn't want to go outside. I got ready. I was like, yo, fuck it. Let's rent a Revel to get pizza. Like, why are we gonna walk over there? Let's rent it. Like, I don't want to walk all the way over there. It's mad hot. And the summer was so hot, bro. Like, you would reach the end of the block and you was already sweating. And I had my hair blown out. So I was like, nah, that's a dub. Like, let's just take a Revel over there. Bro, we chilling. A little cute, whatever. We get on the Revel. Go to Fordham. We get a slice, both of us. And we just eating our slice on the Revel. Literally, on the Revel. Parked up in front of the spot on Fordham where the 12 bus passes by and all of that right next to Bombini. We just on the Revel eating pizza like gangsters. We just on the Revel eating our slices like nothing. Like, this is regular life. Like, this is something for me calm. So we passed by her dad and then they just talk for a few whatever. And then we get on the Revel. We start riding it. And then we run into this girl from around here that we know. Her name is Chiquita. So Chiquita had a real dirt bike. Okay, she had a real dirt bike. So we was just riding around with Chiquita for a few, and I was like, yo, bro, let me get on it. While we was riding, it was such a good feeling that I didn't even hear what Chiquita was saying, but she said something about be careful because something. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, but I'm just so excited, and we were just so like hyped up that I wasn't even paying mind to what Chiquita told me. So we on the Revel, I'm on the Revel, they on the dirt bike, then I get on the dirt bike by myself for the first time. I'm chilling by myself for the first time on the dirt bike, they on the Revel. So we leave, well, we go in front of Chiquita's building, and then she's like, yo, I'm about to go take a shower. I was like, yo, before you go take a shower, let me just get one last spin. Bro, this dirt bike goes up to, I believe, like 100 miles per hour. I think I was hitting 80. For what reason? But the only reason I was hitting 80 was because I'm like, I could brake anytime I want. But the real problem was, when I was riding the dirt bike, there was this van. Like, yo, bro, I hope God really gives the van the karma that he deserves. There was this van, and he was brake checking me. So I couldn't go around him because there was a car double parked, and the light was green. So he was brake checking me on purpose. So when I went to brake on the real actual bike, it started shaking. It started shaking, and next thing you know, I flipped. I don't know if I flipped this way, that way, but I know that I flipped on the bike. So I flipped, and the whole time I'm rolling on the ground, I'm just like, can I stop fucking rolling already? Like, I'm just like, can this shit stop rolling? Like, can I hurry up and stop rolling so I could just get up? All right, I stopped rolling. Everybody's using it on the block, but I'm like one block ahead of my block. I stopped rolling. Mind you, I have my purse in my hand. I stopped rolling. I'm rolling around. I get up on my own. Because I wasn't really that bad. Like, thank God. Like, it could have been worse, but I had one right here, one on my both knees. So I had marks everywhere. I even had something right here, but it's gone. Yeah, thank God I didn't hit my face. Nothing. Everything was protected. I just had a really the deepest wound I had was on my left knee. So that was the wound that was just dripping down my leg. One of my friends, her name is Dawn. Shout out to you, baby. She came and she was like wiping off one of my burns. It was so bad, like that shit burned. I was like, ow. She was like, you gotta wipe it. I called Lily. I called Marciel, my aunt. I'm like, yo, bro, I got in an accident. They come. Ooh, there's some lady that was there. She was like, oh, do you want an ambulance? I'm like, no, I don't want an ambulance. I don't want an ambulance. An ambulance comes anyway. Before the ambulance came, Lily was like, oh, you want me to go get you some band-aids? I'm like, please go to the store, get me some band-aids. The ambulance comes, and yeah, so they put me inside, and they're like, do you want to go to the hospital? Like, I don't want to go to the hospital because at the time Rona was busting really bad, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the hospital, catch Rona over a damn accident where I'm not really that good. It was just a couple scrapes and like scratches and stuff. So they put me in the ambulance, and I'm gonna call this guy, I honestly forgot his name anyway, but I'm gonna call this guy James. I don't know, that popped in my head. Sounds really dashing. So James was inspecting like all of my burns. He was like cleaning me up, all of that. He was with his buddy, so it was like me, James, and his other EMT guy. The other EMT guy. He cleaned up my stuff, and he suspected that I had like a piece of glass in my hand, because I had like it was so burned that it like bubbled up. So he's assuming there's something inside. He's like, I don't want to open you and then there's nothing inside. I'm just leave it like that. And I was like, yeah, I don't think there's a glass in there. So yeah, so remember I said the deepest wound was my left knee. You could see like in the tissue and all of that, like you could see very deep in my knee. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna touch you, I'm gonna like press on it. I forgot what he was pressing on anyway. I think it was like gauze and like water, like antibacterial soap or something. He was like, I'm gonna press on it and it might hurt. I was like, okay. So I'm like, okay, like, so he pressed on it and it did not hurt at all. And I was like, wow, that does not hurt at all. He's like, that's the adrenaline pumping through your body. He was like, since you was on the dirt bike and you was so like, the rush, you don't feel it right now, but he's like, you're gonna feel it later. And I was like, okay. Like, so he was like, okay, if anything, take my number in case. He told me something like, oh, take my number in case like you change your mind, or you need any, like, you know, like any like more gauges or anything or something like that. He told me, and also so I can get to know you. I was like, okay. Like, I was really playing it player, I'm not gonna lie. I was like real nonchalant. And right then and there was when my ex at the time, who I was on and off with, was FaceTiming me. I didn't even pick that shit up. Or he put his number in my phone. Yeah, I took his number because I was like, I'm gonna text you when I feel like it. Like, if I want to text you. So, whatever. I'm all bandaged up in 4 places. And then I'm just walking around. Like, I hopped off the ambulance. When I was talking to the EMT guy, when I was talking to James, Lily tried to come in the ambulance too to give me the Band-Aid, and then they was not having it. Like, James wanted his alone time, I guess, with me or whatever, to, like, you know, bag me. So they did not let Lily in. I was like, damn. So yeah. So now immediately, and Marciel is walking. I was like, yo, I don't want to go home because I don't want my, you know, my mom to worry. So I didn't go home. I just went with Lily. I went with Lily to her crib. I was just walking around like normal. So everybody that has seen me riding the dirt bike around my block, like my block, I would consider it like a 4 blocks. But like 4 blocks between here and here, everybody knows me. So between all of these blocks, everybody's like, damn, you fell. Oh, da, 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 da. Like, everybody was just like, I was like, it's not my fault, you know, whatever, because they saw me on the bike and they was like gassing me up and they was hyping me up when I was on the bike. They was like, damn, you fell off the bike. And I was like, nah, it wasn't my fault. Like, it was the van. He was rechecking me, blah blah blah. So I guess I went in his house, in his crib. We went back to where her dad was at to chill there. And then it got to the point that I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable. So I was feeling very uncomfortable. Like, my wounds were feeling, they started like kind of like bothering me. So I'm just sitting down and I'm like, damn, bro, I think I'm gonna go home because I don't feel really too good. So I'm walking home because from like the garage where we used to chill at, like 2 blocks away from my house. Like I said, it's like a 4-mile radius. So like, so I get home and at this point I'm trying to take a shower. So I get in this shower. Like, the amount of pain I felt was like, yo, I couldn't take it. Like, the little drips of water on everything was killing me. Like, and then I was feeling like I couldn't bend my left leg. So I was like, damn, let me call James and like, let's see what's up. Like, so James came to get me. And then he just took me to the hospital. Backtrack. Before James came to get me, he was talking to me. He was like, oh, I like fix your boo-boos or something. Like, what do I get? And I was like, right off rip, I'm like, yeah, that's funny. Red flag. I'm such a bold ass person. I'm so blunt. I was like, what you think you're gonna get? And he was like, oh, no, it's not like that, da da da. Fast forward, he came to get me, so we're just talking, and he was like, I can't believe you thought that of me, da da da. Let me tell y'all something. For those of y'all that don't know, somebody that gets really offended about something, almost 8 times out of 10, it's because what you assumed was correct. So they have to get defensive so you can feel bad and apologize so they don't look bad. Like, those were their intentions, but those were actually their intentions. So yeah, I'm on my way to the hospital with James. And I low-key didn't want James to leave me because I was like, damn, like, we was having a good conversation and I just didn't want to like be alone in the hospital because like the Rona and stuff. And he was like, he had to go and stuff. So he took me to the I guess the like kid side of it. Like, he's like in the ER, there's a name for it. So he took me there. And he told me, like, on our way to the ER, he was like, oh, the first thing I said about you was that to my partner, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. You know, spitting his game or whatever. So I went there, they admitted me, they gave me x-rays. So the x-ray results were that I had swelling in my tissue, but that I did not like hit a nerve or nothing, because that was what me and James spoke on, if I hit a nerve. Um so yeah, I had swelling in my tissue. Yeah, that's what the x-ray said. I took a cab home. I washed up. I couldn't fully get in the shower, so I had to wash myself like outside of the shower, like take a like an outside bath. That's how bad it was. Like I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't take the water, so I was just washing myself, like washing up outside of the shower. James came to my house the next day to bring me food, and then after that, like I just blocked James because I did not want to talk to him, and I was just like, yeah, no, like it's nah, not cutting it. So I blocked James. Then 4 days after, where do you find me? On a Revel. You find me on a Revel. The reason I got on a Revel was because I told myself I don't want to fear something I can control. Like I don't want to be scared of something, so I'm gonna get on this shit again. That's one thing about me. Like I'm very fearless. I'm very daring. I love the rush of things. Like I love adrenaline. One of those people. Like if I get on a roller coaster, I want to be at the very first seat. If it's not the first seat, I don't want to be on it. Like it's whack. I don't feel like I'm experiencing enough. So yeah, 4 days after, I'm on a Revel, and then I end up on a Revel with Lily. I'm behind, Lily's in front. I'm gonna insert a clip of when, like, this is the moment that our friends knew we wasn't gonna come back on the Revel. So we're on the Revel, and Lily, I guess she didn't have the certain amount of weight to turn, like both of our bodies, so she only slightly turned, and she just ran into a bumper of a car. Now all of my wounds just popped open back up again. Like all of my scabs just ripped off. I had an extra I feel so bad because I feel like my feet are ugly now, but I have an extra scar now. That scar was bleeding so bad, like on my foot, on the top of my foot. It was like gushing blood. I told Lily, I was like, yo, take Willie's phone and say, Siri, call Yorban. Cause there was no way for us to call because we left our phones over there, I think. Or I just think we didn't have our phones. I was just say Siri, call Yorban. So Siri called Yorban, and then they came because we were like 2 blocks away. So they pulled up on us, and I was just dead cleaning my own cuts like a gangster, like regular. That day we went back to Yorban's crib, and then after that, me and Lily got a wax. Like nothing ever happened, and we just went home, and then I just went to my house, went to sleep, and then I think we went out, or we didn't go out. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, that's the story time, how I got into 2 accidents back to back. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. You know, these are like crazy stories about my life. These things do happen in real life. Like you just sit back and think like, damn, she's making it. No, like I would think somebody's making this shit up too, but no, these things happen in real life, people. Real life. Yeah. Comment down some questions below for a Q&A, because that's gonna be my next video. My next video is gonna be a Q&A. You guys want to know more about me, and I want to explain myself a little bit more to you guys. You know, I want you guys to feel like you know me, you know, feel like in touch with me. So comment some questions down below. Anything else? Just thank y'all for watching. I will be getting an intro very soon. I'm trying to find the perfect person for it. So yeah, and thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down which was your favorite part of the video, any phrase or word that I said. That's my favorite thing to see. And thank you guys. Bye.